Oh shit. Here we go again.
What's happening, y'all? It's Reg, the one who love to smoke and stay with the jokes. And today, we gon' focus on sports. Nah, for real, check this out. I hope y'all feeling good. I hope everybody chilling on this Friday safe. The kids is home, didn't bring COVID or none of that. So tonight, I figured I'd tell y'all about my dog. One of my favorite players of all time, man. Larry Johnson, a.k.a. Grandma Mall. Let somebody tell him about putting on a dress. Check it out.
Today's feature is the story of another small-town country boy from Tyler, Texas, who did the unthinkable in making it out coming from where he's from. You ask Larry in the 90s, he's just a slave from the Johnson plantation. But Johnson, unlike his ancestors, became a professional athlete, made millions of dollars, worldwide star, and legendary talent in the game of basketball. His on-court story is what makes many people nervous about projecting some of today's potential superstars that, much like him, were physical specimens that could jump out the gym on call, using it to potentially dominate their competition. But what happens when that's all taken away and you become eye level with the competition?
Yeah, I can see the Zion comparisons. Because Larry used to, man, Zion got that.
Can you adjust your game? Are you skilled enough at your position to still compete? Or will your lack of height and outside scoring ability lead to a shortened NBA career? Let's talk about it.
This dude make real cool documentaries, man. So I guess we partners, he just don't know it yet.
Stunt number one, who's got my back? Larry Johnson, in his young days, was a natural athletically. Reportedly 6'6" in shoes, he was simply too much physically for his competition and had a high motor and competitiveness to accompany that. He became a McDonald's All-American by his senior year and initially committed to play for SMU. He would change his commitment to Odessa Junior College to be close to home and attend with his friends.
He seriously turned down a D1 to go to JUCO? That's crazy.
In junior college, Larry stood out, not because of the dunk show he displayed, but because it was easy to see that he just didn't belong on that level. He averaged 22.3 points a game as a freshman and over 29 points per game his sophomore season, being named the Junior College Player of the Year in both.
Damn, he looked like a grown-ass man. Like if Evander Holyfield and Charles Barkley had a baby. Shit.
Some say he had the chance to be a lottery pick right out of JUCO, but decided to transfer to UNLV, and what a decision that turned out to be. As a junior, Johnson came into a team with two other future NBA players in Stacey Augmon and Greg Anthony and led his team to a national championship, defeating the almighty Duke Blue Devils.
If I'm correct, Stacey Augmon from PDL, Pasadena, Denver Lanes. That's what I think. Yeah, I think so. And the homie baby boy from there, big swole ass penitentiary nigga. I miss that nigga. I hope you good, baby boy, banging that UBN car. I know.
Larry was amazing and won the Conference Player of the Year and Tournament MVP, averaging 21 points, 11 rebounds, in over 30 minutes a game. As a senior, his team had even more star power, with 4 other future NBA players on the roster, and Johnson still managed to stand above the rest in the NCAA as a whole, with his unique mix of strength, toughness, athletic ability, and jump shot. Let's not get it twisted. Many people compare him to Zion Williamson today, and I can see the comparisons. But one thing Zion doesn't have that made Larry the player he was is the attitude he showed throughout his career. In the 90s, you had to be tough to play at that level.
Yeah, but this ain't the 90s, dog. These dudes is all friends and cool. Ain't nobody out there. Ain't no real doggy dogs out there like that. Like Oakley and all them fools. Nah, man. Horace Grants and shit. Nah.
And Johnson was as tough as they came. Today, you get away with being a little more even-keeled, but for Johnson, it's what made him an NBA All-Star. But before that, Larry and the Runnin' Rebels had a chance to defend their national title after being caught up in program violations and what may have been UNLV's stunted growth as a program. The NCAA agreed to let them defend their title and begin punishment after the 1990-91 season. They won.
If y'all don't know, the Runnin' Rebs, when they was there, they was like a pro team. There's pictures of them in the hot tubs with agents, all kind of crazy shit. They gave 0 fucks. And they was blowing the gym doors off on niggas too. Ooh. My God. If you was too young to see it, look it up.
Once again made it to the Final Four, where they faced off against Duke in the semifinals and were unsuccessful. Larry had 13 points and 13 rebounds that game, but for the season, averaged 23 points and 11 rebounds. He was first team All-American and Conference Player of the Year once again before setting off for the NBA, where he was the #1 overall pick. He came into the league and his college dominance surprisingly translated perfectly for that era, against doubters saying he would be too small to play the 4 position. Nike even told Johnson that because of his size, they wouldn't sign him to a signature athlete deal, not being able to see his potential. No worries, he only became the Rookie of the Year and averaged 19.2 points, 11 rebounds, and played in all 82 games. In his second season, he was even better, and the Grandmama name was birthed, along with what was supposed to be the next big NBA superstar. He had the look, the charisma, the attitude, and the game to back it up, becoming an all-star that year and signed a shoe deal with Converse that became the most popular shoe in the league next to the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
He sure did sign with Converse. I don't know why I thought it was Reebok or something. He sure did. I didn't wear that crap. Only Converse I wear is Chucks.
The following season, in a winter game against the Detroit Pistons, he sprained his back and it changed his game forever. From then on, he would deal with back trouble, and it eventually led to him prematurely retiring from playing, seeing his production fall off a cliff. Why though? Stunt number 2, lost athleticism. Why did his production decline over the years, you ask? Well, we touched on it a little earlier, but basically, because those back injuries forced him to have to change his game and took away his supreme athleticism. He managed to make a decent adjustment, but he just wasn't the same player since the injuries, with added weight and newfound below-the-rim crafty game. Bringing up Zion Williamson again, what kind of player do you see him becoming if, God forbid, his jumping ability is taken away?
Why would you even ask that stupid
retard
question?
alert!
Who knows?
Retard
What,
alert!
are you questioning his heart or something? I guess. Okay, I guess we gotta hear this bullshit. Go ahead.
Does he have the skill to be a jump shooter? The toughness, attitude, and size to battle down low? Will he even be strong enough mentally in this new era to deal with the labels he'll for sure see all over social media calling for his cancellation and bus memes? It's one thing for a guard like Derrick Rose to bounce back and still be productive, because guards don't solely rely on jumping to be effective, especially when you're a bigger guard like him. Johnson would.
D. Rose looked like one of them Chief Keef, Lil Durk drill niggas.
Wasn't able to keep the same production year after year, with his back continually giving him problems. Since the first back sprain, he managed to put together 2 more really solid seasons in Charlotte, even making another All-Star team in 1995 and averaging 19 points and 21 points. He even played 81 games both seasons. but it was clear his potential as a top performer in the league was affected by the injuries, shown in small areas like his rebounding taking a dip and his three-point attempts and makes seeing a drastic increase. Banging down low in those days was something he adjusted, mainly in an attempt to save his health.
Why they do Vlade like that? That nigga Vlade used to smoke cigarettes. During the game, he'd sneak out and go smoke a cigarette. Nigga. That's them European niggas. They be smoking cigarettes and drinking cappuccinos and shit.
By this time, he had signed a 12-year, $84 million deal, which was considered lucrative in those days, but would have seen him earn 3 times that $7 million a year today easily.
Yeah,
he was
that's
that good.
Rookie contract.
Stunt number 3, traded to the Knicks. Leaving Charlotte, the team that drafted him, made him their cornerstone star, and attempted to build what they thought was a strong team around him, and a city that he became recognizable with as a player, I think was one side of what stunted his growth further. The other side is being traded to the Knicks. It's reported that he and Alonzo Mourning, once a deadly front court tandem and close teammates, began to see their future with the franchise a little different. Larry was the big money guy, already locked up with the team since '93, and Alonzo was young and hungry for the same financial payout.
I understand Zoe wanting to get his money. I really do. And he probably saw the writing on the walls. Get that too. He's a young dude. Get that too. But I just don't know what it is. He always seemed like a weirdo to me.
Really, nigga?
Remember that song E40 had? I practiced looking hard. My nigga, I practiced looking hard. That's him. Like, he was tough or whatever, but he used to, like, showboat it and want motherfuckers to think they was soft. Think he was hard. I know I got a nerd soft face. I ain't no hard-faced ass nigga. I'm not. Never was. So, and he more like that. He more a kid face. He just try to look hard. Anyway, back to the motherfucker.
Tensions began to spill over, and the feeling in the air was that the two could no longer exist. Before the 95-96 season and Alonzo's third year, the team traded him to the Miami Heat, and after that season, where Larry averaged 21 points a game, he was too traded. Also, he was traded to a team that was already built for success, and his role diminished. A mixture of him not being the player he once was because of the back injuries and lack of athleticism. Also, the Knicks being centered around Patrick Ewing, John Starks, and Allen Houston. Not to mention Knick favorite Charles Oakley, who played Johnson's position.
They gave Allen Houston like $100 million, right? And this nigga only played like 35 games and got hurt and retired. They was paying this nigga for a long time because basketball contracts are guaranteed.
Larry would have his bright spots though, like the buzzer beater he hit against the Pacers that fueled them to winning the 5-game series in 1999 and sent them to the finals, or the playing in an NBA Finals, something the Knicks haven't done since then. In 2000-2001, Larry Johnson was 31 years old, heavier than normal, and had back pains that he just couldn't fight with any longer. He retired after that season and had been away from the game for 8 years. In that span, he was fathering or had fathered 5 children by 4 different women, and his financial problems began. Beyond his own living expenses, he was shelling out child support money left and right, and even filed for bankruptcy in 2015 after already selling his $800,000 home to help.
Hey, at least he paid it. Shit. He looked like old James Evans, nigga.
Pay. His baby mothers weren't letting up, and over the years, those payments sucked him dry. One of his
I
baby
believe it.
moms claims he still has about 30 million stashed away in a private account that she feels she's entitled to. You know, because kids are
Nope.
expensive. It's important you young hoopers hear his story and understand that while you're popular and getting attention from the opposite sex,
Young brothers, period. Pay attention.
you have to stay focused on your future and what that'll look like in the grand scheme and financially. All in all, Grandmama Larry Johnson as a basketball player was larger than life for me as a kid and well respected in the game of basketball. Players and people that understand know what kind of career injuries took from him and that he could have been one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Is he flat broke today? Not in the slightest. I don't think anyways. He returned to the NBA as a business operations representative and player developer, so he's still making money in that regard, and according to baby mom number who knows, still has some gold coins he's hiding like Escobar. Great player, seems like a solid guy, and I wish him nothing but the best. But for these reasons, his growth was stunning, and at some point, he went broke.
Yeah, studied through good ass documentaries, man. I like his shit. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Little story about LJ. I'm gonna hit y'all with a few more of these. If y'all want to see somebody, hit me up. Put it in the comments, and I'll make a video about it. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it do. Y'all know what it is. One thing that will never change. We all neighbors. Peace!
Screw this, I'm going home.